What's good, YouTube?
Hey, what's up, YouTube?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Hello.
However, whenever you're watching this, we appreciate you because we already know that time is expensive. So
We appreciate it.
And welcome to another episode of Creativity Unsheathed.
Yes.
I'm Oliver Sigua.
And I'm Nino.
And yes, we are brothers.
Yes.
And this is a show where we feel that no matter how hard it gets,
Never give up.
never give up.
Never give up.
And speaking of never give up, we're looking into the modern masterwork of
Eric Powell.
Boom.
Yes, the creator of Goon.
As you can see, as I was reading through it, I jotted down some notes that really stood out to me and as he was being interviewed in this Modern Master Volume number 28, and it just really gave me a perspective on that journey of self-publishing your own stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and on top of trying to get into the big two, but as long as you have your own IP, just keep pushing that, and
Yeah.
you don't never know where it will take you.
For sure. Yeah. Never give up. You always have your own voice. Right.
So we're gonna jump into it, and then we are going to admire the work and journey of Eric Powell, the way he signs his name. And I wrote down some bullet points, so just the things that stood out to me the most, and we'll just admire all the work of Eric Powell. It's like out of all of these modern masters, what I love most about them is there's a part where they have storytelling and the creative process.
Yes. Good one.
It's I really wondered, like, other than of how where they got, and how they came to be, and how they got there.
Yeah.
I always like how they go about breaking down the page and
The process.
Yeah.
It's always the fun part. Right.
like is there something that we can use in our work?
Right. It's pretty cool. Nice gun. The Defenders. From his sketchbook.
Yeah, so this Hard Boiled, he got introduced this by one of his friends in high school. That's like his first introduction to comics was Hard Boiled, like Dark Knight Returns.
Oh man, that was gritty.
There was another one. Oh, Batman, Aliens versus Predator, and Batman Cult by Bernie Wrightson, and then Brian Boland's Judge Dredd. Like that was his first introduction to comics.
Wow,
And
that's good picks.
yeah,
Those are really good.
it really drove him inspired to him to draw. Yeah, so it's like growing up, like he was always into horror. It seemed like because he grew up in a small town where it was like really creepy and
The vibe's kind of dark.
Yeah,
always
so-
gloomy.
so
Yeah.
you can really see that setting in his work for the Goon universe. Watching horror movies like inspired them to be into into the movies. But it seemed like Tennessee and Hollywood was really unlikely for him, so he figured I should just be a comic book artist because you'll need a film crew.
Oh, true. Yeah. For
right?
sure.
It's like, so he just really he was really self-taught. He taught himself how to draw, and he borrowed books from his art teacher in high school, and and he kept looking at other people's work and see how he could apply that to his work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's what goes for all you artists out there.
It's like if you can't afford school, you know, it's like
Pick up books from artists you like and just study.
yeah.
For sure. Pick up some art books. Pick up a Modern Master.
Yeah. Or, you know, library, if you have a library card. You
Yeah.
can always do a Xerox copy of something.
Oh yeah, for sure. And bring it home.
Study off of that, little by little. Because
Mm.
his main influence is, I mean, I don't know if you can notice, but it's Bernie Wrightson. You know, he really has that energy of the expressive body expression. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, the use of crosshatch and, you know, negative space and the blacks and stuff. It's like...
Especially in his creatures.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, on top of having that Jack Kirby influence.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It's like,
Like right here, yeah.
yep.
Heavy blacks.
He was, I mean, he read Image Comics. He had a connection with McFarlane's work, but he doesn't look for inspiration. I took a quote from the interview. He said, like, when you're a kid, you want McDonald's. When you're an adult, you want filet mignon.
Oh yeah.
So it's, you know, and like that kind of it makes sense to the point where, you know, you don't want to always copy that style because you know it's not really storytelling. You know, it's just, you know, as they say, the sexy page.
Yeah.
You know, just the eye candy, but that's not really comics.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, and then he just really went back and studied the masters. You know, John Byrne especially wanted to make sure that he can really grasp that storytelling element, but he really got the help from Tom Snagowski, or is it Snagowski?
Yeah.
Because he's a writer himself, and he really helped curate that storytelling element, like how to really be, like, really tell what's really important, not really over exaggerate on what you want to tell, you know, just, or what's on your mind, you know, or like, oh, I got a talking head scene, now I'm going to just rant.
Yeah.
You know, he just really he helped how to curate a story.
Like to the point. Yeah, you can kind of see the Jack Kirby right there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You can see Jack Kirby, especially in the mouth area, the way he's drawn.
And like, speaking of that page, it's like,
oh, yeah.
right, it's pretty cool. From pencil to finish.
It's totally cool. Yeah, nice.
So this definitely be in an episode for sure.
Almost look manga-ish, huh?
Yeah, a little bit for sure. And you know, like, you can really see where he got that Norman Rockwell influence too. You know, like, because he does also he paint his covers. Some, like, he does little fine painting or oil paints, I guess.
Eric.
Yeah. So you know, just copying and studying Norman Rockwell.
I think, yeah, man. I think our first teacher in painting would probably be Bob Ross for us.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
we're just watching it.
Yeah, and just being that stem off of the Renaissance.
Yeah. Is it still him?
Yeah, it's like definitely the early works of, you know, the Goon. When he self-published, before heading over to Dark Horse.
And this right here is from Rough Stuff, Volume 0. White pencils and inks
The early years of Goon.
to the finish, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So just seeing the progress of you know, the early creations and renditions.
I totally see the rights in right here.
Mm-hmm. Just the way he does his monsters and creatures, you know.
Boom. That's pretty cool sketch. Something you would do like while you're supposed to pay attention in class.
Yeah, so it's like right out of high school, he got his girlfriend pregnant. So the pressures of being a cartoonist, he really got that drive to really make it work.
Damn.
I mean, he got the support from his parents, you know, but you know, without that extra sense of responsibility, who knows where the goon would have been.
Yeah.
As far as the timeline goes.
Or like, what if he didn't? What if he stopped? Right.
Yeah.
Got a real job.
Oh, that's a given. Because I mean, upon meeting Bernie Wrightson at a comic book signing at a shop, he was described that he looked really tired, and he brought his kid with him and the wife, so it was like as if like it was a sympathy thing.
Oh man.
But his work really did speak for himself.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like he didn't use it as a gimmick. You know?
Yeah.
Like it just showed that, you know, what he was up against, like what, you know, back against the wall, and he really wanted to make this work.
Yeah.
You know, and he really wants to do comics. Doesn't want to do anything else.
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows if he didn't like even meet Dark Horse and Mike Richardson.
Yeah.
Like, because he did get a $5,000 loan from the bank and started Albatross himself, right? And then he printed out the Goon, or before he printed out the Goon, he, you know, got a listing of all the comic shops, and then gave him a copy and told him, you know, what the issue was about, and then from there he exceeded from what he expected.
Yeah,
you know. So you know, he made a little bit more by issue 3, and you know, that really got the ball rolling.
Oh yeah,
you know?
Took a chance on himself, man.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. You got the Goon and Hellboy together here. Pretty cool.
That's cool. That's a cool crossover.
Just even though it's a little cartoony, you can still see the Bernie Wrightson stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was really expressive with his work too, but you know, we're accounted to be serious. You know, Wrightson, you know, laid that down. But I think with Eric, he really wants to incorporate that Looney Tune with Chinatown.
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
That Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
So you want to like had that kind of vibe to it, where you get a little realism, but I guess when it comes to certain characters, keep that Looney Tune cartoon-esque. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kind of like his Bizarro.
Yeah. And so when you do go look at those goons, you really see that 80s horror, like the Looney Tune kills.
Oh yeah.
Right, the humor,
they get flattened out, blown up.
Right, it's like you really see that in this and
like
in all those 80s horror movies.
Yeah.
You know, it's Looney Tunes but pushed over to the edge. You know.
The Goon rides a dark horse. I think I got this one. This football issue.
Do we have that issue?
I think so.
I mean, we don't have much.
Oh yeah, right here.
Oh, cool.
And then the Modern Master too.
Right, like you just picked random Goon stuff off the shelf, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. And who knew that, you know, he would be something.
Modern Master, because he is the master.
He is the master, definitely.
Oh.
No. And it's on newsprint.
Yeah, we got that on the watch.
You guys seen this? What do you guys think?
Oh yeah. Noir type gang detective feel.
Yeah, you know, just the the gangster, old 30s, 40s.
Yeah, roaring.
You know, that's it's really cool. And he really stuck. You know, like he stayed in that era. Maybe, you know, although some things may be like politically incorrect, but you know, I guess for that time period, you gotta stick to the lingos.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
I was gonna say that. Like he wrote the way the characters should sound like in that era. Yeah, made it believable for the characters.
Yeah, definitely.
I do want to see a live version.
Yeah.
Let us know who you think would play good Gillen. Oh, I forget Christmas episode. I like the gray tone. It's cool. Oh, look, he has birds on it.
Yeah, actually, there's a correction. It was actually Christopher Golden who helped Eric Powell get into Dark Horse.
Oh, Golden?
Yeah, because Christopher Golden, he was already there doing Baltimore.
Oh,
yeah, co-creating it with Mike Mignola. So, I mean, he was really, I think he was already there, and he really mentioned Eric's book, The Goon, because it was really taking off independently, and again, just caught with Mike Richardson's attention and knocked on his door hey, want to distribute it here or publish it there? And that's how we're getting it. And I think that's really cool that he gets that help, that he had that support, other than, of course, from his wife and parents, but he had friends in the business.
Yeah.
Hey man, you got phenomenal work going. We'll help you on this journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
just seeing his
just seeing that potential in it.
It's pretty good for him. Awesome. Give me the one going too fast.
He would get. The Goon was so popular to the point where he was getting fan letters from prisoners.
No way.
Because I don't know how they were able to get Goon comics in prison, but they were able to read his book, and they just found that it's really funny and entertaining, for them.
How do you even know about it? Because they're in prison.
They get books, but comic books.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how that happens.
Oh. Maybe someone put it in their commissary.
Right. Hey, your fan base is the most.
That's awesome.
More random places.
Yeah. Stick with it, guys. You never know who's watching or who's listening.
Right, just because of that thug persona.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, I feel sorry for Devil Dinosaur. Man. Nice. That's pretty cool. Pencils to finish.
That's cool. And it seems like he really stays true to inking himself.
Yeah, you can tell, yeah. Or it's just not too much.
Yeah, of course it's a little speck, just clean it up, whatever. Or do you just put it in Photoshop?
Yeah, and just let it clean it up, yeah.
Right? Or I don't know, but of course that's a little different. That's all you've just put it in where it needs to be, and then he'll just emphasize it later on with the inks. That's awesome.
It's good episode.
Yeah, for something cartoon, that's really a good dinosaur.
You don't always have to draw the scales.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of these, we all got all of them, but we got a few. We're missing this one. We were there for the Eric Powell craze.
Yeah.
When he hit Marvel, was it this is during
We got you, Eric. We got you.
During
Good work, man. Early 2000s, yeah.
07, 05.
Ooh, his Bizarro.
This is the story I want to read.
Yeah, I still want to get this.
Missed this out.
want to get it. Looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said with JR, some characters work in his style.
Mm-hmm.
Like his Bizarro and Goon looks cool. Like
there was a piece in here he was talking about Hollywood where the big two he had an issue with.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they resell the old stuff at a high price just because the movie or something's coming out. And like it gets, and then all the new stuff, indie stuff gets lost in the shuffle because of that. And like that's one of his gripes. And I actually honestly agree with him. I mean, what currently there's facsimiles being printed out from Marvel and DC.
All like collected works and stuff.
Or re-release of first appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
Like again, like I don't know.
Kind of looks like John Birth now.
Oh yeah, shit, it does.
Punisher. Netflix.
This is Simpsons. What issue was this? I think it's over here.
Treehouse of Horror number 12.
What? He did it. Looks a little bit.
Oh, he got Eisner nominated for it.
Looks a bit grim, but hey, I think.
Nice. Keep perusing. Ooh, kind of looks like that, you know. Oh, Billy the Kid.
Almost being passed for Jonah Hex.
Yeah, I thought it was. Or like before Jonah Hex became Jonah Hex. As far as the scar. This is Chimichanga.
Like, yeah, kind of going back to what I was saying about how like indie books were getting lost in the shuffle by big two re-releasing stuff like that. Like when the New 52 relaunch hit, it hurt his sales during for like Dark Horse and Lagoon.
Oh, to that big event.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. Godzilla.
Oh, which issue is it? Stories is
Kingdom of Monsters number 7. This one, yeah, this one. Fuck, that's simple. Whoa, roller derby. Man. This guy.
Yeah, it's like it definitely has a wide range of stuff.
Yeah, it's great. Wow, roller derby. 40 roller.
There's also a bit where he says like he feels like the fan base is not strong enough. It kind of you agree with him to the point where how sales are today. If comic shops are really hurting to the point like people are not reading the books.
Yeah.
They'll go out to watch the movies, but they're not willing to buy or pick up at least an issue.
Yeah. They would probably want to buy the merch first.
Because it's already cool enough.
Yeah.
If it's cool enough, I'm part of the club.
Yeah. I watched it.
Maybe that's why he's not pulling the trigger on coming out with it. Yeah.
It's good though.
It's like it's his IP. He can do what he wants.
Exactly.
Like,
He probably sees a lot of it, like what not to do and what's a better step, maybe.
Maybe it's like a Bill Watterson thing where he didn't want them to use his IP as a cartoon because how Charles Schultz Peanuts got taken from him, like because they ran with the cartoon, the voicing, and it's not to Charles Schultz. It's like that's not what the characters sound like, and like maybe for Bill Watterson, he wants to keep that for the readers. Like I want you guys voice Charles, voice Hobbs however you want.
Yeah,
You know, or,
Calvin.
yeah, like voice them how you ever want. Like I don't want that to take that away from my readers.
Yeah, the imagination and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think that's really cool that he sticks to that, and you know that's why the work is still it holds up today.
Yeah,
you know?
timeless. Yeah. Yeah, you can just pick it up and just read it.
Yeah. So I feel like that's where Eric is doing with his creation of the Goon. You know, he's taking it to new heights. Keep pushing it to every level, no matter what obstacle it hits. You know, like that new 52 relaunch. It's like
That's how Tarantino felt when
Star Wars
and his movie collided on the same day.
Man,
for Christmas.
Was it for Last Jedi, right?
And then it hit late.
Right, because he wanted to be on Christmas weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
But this is a prototype of what would have been an like animated movie for the Goon. Hopefully he gets a good deal or a contract or whatever that's right for him.
I mean, I wonder that's Blur Studio,
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly in charge. I don't know if they're still around, but you know, I don't know if there's any updates. I haven't really like looked into it. But
Totally show up. Right? Oh, it is a spirit. Nice.
That's a good spirit.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm gonna have to agree with him because there's another bit he said in here. That he feels the comic book industry is beginning to get filled with creators having the used car salesman mentality to sell off IP to studios, you know, for just to make the money. And you kind of in like during this time, and then just seeing up to this point now, that totally makes sense. You know, all the stuff that got sold off to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus for at that. You know, it's like. Damn, like that's a complete overload. You know, like maybe that's why there's no sales to these comic books or the original material because the show is there. Like, why do I have to read it?
Yeah.
Like I can watch it. Why read it?
Kind of like defeats the purpose of being a comic artist sometimes.
Right.
If you're just quick to make that money.
You know, it's like maybe that's not why you're in it, to be in it for it, and it kind of just like brings me back to the image. You know, the image era where, you know, you had artists making their millions and they just bounce.
Yeah.
So it's like...
It's almost like these days musicians selling their catalog.
Yeah. Just like Nelly selling half his catalog for 50 mil?
Yeah. A lot of artists selling catalogs. Maybe they need the money. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
It's like how the music industry and comics are really the same.
Yeah,
like,
totally. Totally. It's no different. But I still love making them.
Right? I mean,
still love making music and comics, man.
And it's not, you know, the money's not the goal. I mean, yeah, it helps pay for shit and eat stuff, but you know, it's about the love for the craft.
Yeah, expressing yourself, the art.
Anyone that tells you otherwise is full of shit.
Yeah. Never tried. Oh, nice. Christmas.
Oh, you did a Christmas bit? Awesome.
Bernie writes in. Not writes in, Rockwell.
Oh. So it's probably maybe a retelling of Christmas Carol?
Yes.
Nice.
So these would be the painting that Rockwell would do. Rockwell. The Coca-Colas.
I feel like...
Oh.
I mean, just based off of this gallery, I mean, we're going to keep flipping through, but I mean, just based off this gallery, you can really see that he's continuing to improve and make strides in his work, and always to find ways to stay fresh, and like to be internally competitive with himself. You know, I think like with everybody, you know, you gotta be better than who you were yesterday. You know, not really compete with who else is on the market, trying to do the same thing that you are. You know, trying to gain a fan base, trying to sell your things at conventions. I mean, he finds it a little disheartening and a little discouraging a little bit sometimes, but he still loves going to conventions. But like, and knowing that he still has fans, however, it's like he just kind of like hopes that people buy something at his booth compared to having something already bought and just wanting to get it signed.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like there's a big difference, and I definitely feel that. You know, and it's like you put a lot of hard work to kind of showcase something new, and it's like you only know me for my greatest hits or my only hit. It's like
now I kind of feel bad for like going to another booth, buying something of the artist, and then going back to his booth and having him sign it. I didn't realize that, like, I could have bought something at his table.
Yeah, I mean, it's that fandom. I mean, it's like you're that blind fandom of.
Yeah, and I was kind of starstruck too. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit!
You know,
I
it's
didn't
like-
think. Like, oh, I could have bought something at his own table.
Right, but you know, it's like now we have appreciation of you know of just how that feels.
Yeah. For sure. Like, oh, you brought your own stuff. Take it from Frazetta. Nice. These are cool pieces.
Yeah, like
Audrey
really knows how to draw women for sure.
That's cool.
Oh, like yeah, you really know you can draw monsters, so it's a given. You know, yeah, that Bernie Rice.
Yeah.
Influence.
Off top. Good swampy.
Hell yeah.
Oh. That's Godzilla.
Almost has a what's that? The Chinese dragon.
Fin Fan Foom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Fin Fan Foom. The actual gargoyle that would be like in front of houses and stuff.
Oh, Food Dog.
Food Dog. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
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 Has a nice like little hybrid mixture of it.
It's cool, right?
Unless that's just my eye, but you know, definitely his work is something to aspire to. You know,
Christmas.
if y'all agree, you can comment below and you know let us know what your favorite story arc of Goon.
Yeah. Or your issue. Yeah.
I like how you guys would feel if you actually were to see it on the big screen. Like, would it change your perception?
Yeah. Or who would play a good Goon?
Right.
Prefer animated or real life?
Or do you not care and just want it to stay in its original form?
Right, right.
Because you wanted to go to Hollywood. I think Hollywood needs to take a break, seriously.
Yeah. I agree.
They're just trying to really milk this for what it is. Milk the artists and creators.
Yeah.
Unfairly.
Yeah.
And this is all his work, if you guys have it. I mean, you've already seen what we have here.
Dude, I want to get that one too.
Yeah, but and with with Richard Donner on and Jeff Johns,
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
that's a good collaboration, man.
What's
So
that
it's-
on?
We got volume 0 of rough stuff, and of course you're already seeing that double dinosaur stuff. You got random issues of Eric Powell's work, and if whatever bin that you find it in, and you want to continue to support Eric Powell, please do. I mean,
Yeah.
as you can see,
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
and this is from his Albatross. He left Dark Horse for a bit, and still did his thing and with Albatross. But now, I think 3 years ago, he's now in print with Dark Horse.
Yeah.
So
He brings a lot of flavor to the work.
yeah, definitely. So you know, you guys definitely support him, whatever bin you find it in. Give it a good home and continue to support.
Yeah, man. Eric Powell, guys.
Oh yeah,
The goon.
and you know, we're gonna end this with a motivational quote for y'all, and this one is by Andre Morose, and he states, "If you create an act, you create a habit. If you create a habit, you create a character. If you create a character, you create a destiny." And that's a great example for a goon.
Yeah.
You know, his rough journey that he went through, he didn't stop. He just kept going, and you know, and look where he is now. So you know, that goes for y'all. You know, never give up. You know, keep working on your projects. Don't let anyone discourage you.
Yeah,
You
put
know?
it out there. Put it out there.
Please put it out there.
You never know who needs it.
Right.
You know, we need your voice.
Oh yeah. So yeah, till next time, stay creative. Tell your story.
Do good. Be good.
Peace.
Peace.